Welcome to InConversation, folks. We come to you from Washington, D.C. My name is Ramesh
And I'm Aastha Verma.
You ever heard of Sant Chatwal from New York?
I remember that name from back in the Clinton days. Didn't he have some rocky waters with respect to raising money for the Clintons?
Well, that is also in the story. Basically, he's being awarded Padma Bhushan by Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, and BJP says, no, he doesn't deserve it. Man has a history, man has a character. Please don't give it to him. So he got really angry. He gave a wonderful quotes to Aziz Hanifa. I want you to read some of this, and you can make up your own mind. He said, they can talk any of these stupid things in India. You don't get an award unless you've been 101% cleared. And I have been cleared of every damn thing by the American government, the federal government, by the judge, everything. And the same thing has been done, investigated in India and cleared a long time back.
Wow.
But you know what I was surprised at is he's saying that he's the one who arranged a dinner between President Clinton and Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee. He's taking credit for Clinton giving the White House state dinner. He's taking credit for putting up the dinners, the state dinners for President Bush, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Manmohan Singh twice. He's taking credit for putting up the nuclear deal together. I mean, this man is taking credit for everything. He says he's worked hard for 30 years for India, and he totally deserves Padma Bhushan.
You know, I wonder what the criteria really is for an award like that. But I have to believe that if he's been recognized at that level, then surely he must have been involved on some level. Although, you know, there's always a bit of PR that goes along with any of these types of awards.
You know, a lot more people are actually involved in all these things. Of course, those who take the credit get the limelight, and those who stay behind don't get it. I definitely agree that he raised $5 million for Mrs. Clinton, and he says that he raised $250,000 for President Clinton before the primaries in his first election campaign, and he raised $200,000 for Senator Schumer, and he got Ellis Island Award. I mean, he's into this, and yeah, he's probably a very good son of India.
I have to agree with that.
By the way, he got his start with an Indian restaurant called Bombay Palace. You all know that, of course, down
here
on K Street.
Right here in D.C. Used to be, right?
It closed down on K Street. I guess he got into bigger, better things, you know, big hotels, big deals. So a small restaurant, I mean, he can close it down. No, not a big deal.
No doubt many of you by now have seen the trailer for My Name is Khan,
yes,
starring Shah Rukh Khan
yes,
and Kajol. But did you know it is the biggest grossing movie here in the United States?
I didn't know that, no.
It is. It has had quite an opening here. In fact, during its first weekend, which was Valentine's Day weekend, they made over $2,275,000. I know that doesn't seem like a lot here when you hear bigger numbers from the American box office thrillers, but it's quite a large number,
yeah,
and that was just opening weekend. So,
yeah,
of course, you know, it's going to have a shelf life. I think that'll last for quite some time. And it broke the previous record set on December 3rd by the movie Three Idiots, starring Amir Khan, which, you know,
that's
of course,
a fantastic movie.
I have heard good things about both movies, and prior to that, of course, Shah Rukh Khan was also involved with Om Shanti Om, which did very well here. So he certainly has a track record. And you remember, you know, he was the one that was caught up in the New Jersey airports a while back.
And I remember he said he's not coming back. But he came back.
Well, you know, success has a way of bringing you back, I guess. But My Name is Khan has done very, very well. It is an interesting movie. Obviously, from the title, you can imagine that the subject matter is pretty serious in nature.
Yeah, basically, it is that, you know, just because I am Khan and I am Muslim, that doesn't mean I'm terrorist.
Well, I'm just happy to see that India, again, is taking a controversial topic and making a movie around it. It's a good way to get a message out. Bollywood has so much global influence now. I mean, it's really a powerful machine. So when they make movies like this, they make a statement. And I'm glad that they're not, you know, they're not skirting the tougher topics. They're actually tackling them head on.
By the way, it was very nice to see that they sent us the trailer to promote it, because they felt that this should be the movie that should do crossover. Darshan, folks, as you all know, if you haven't known it, we are in every television, in every house in the metro area, whereas if it was promoted on ZTV and the others, then subscription. And then it is more like only Indians get to see it. But we are here to promote the cross films that are really good for India, and they're doing good.
And we've been here 20 years.
Yep.
I read a neat story out of SanFranciscoGate.com about how elderly Indians are opting to go back to retire in India. You know, so many of us came here. I know my parents have been here for 30 years, and they often think about retiring, but not here. They want to go back and retire in India for some of the obvious reasons you might expect. Go back, reconnect with the nature and the land and the people where you grew up. But, you know, there are lots of economic reasons for doing so, too. In this country, caring for an elderly parent can be very, very expensive, versus in India, if you are financially well-to-do, you can often have maids.
Yeah.
And special attendants and servants come and help to take care of the elderly.
You can have a fantastic life up there just based on your Social Security income.
That's right. I mean, it doesn't go very far here, but
Yeah.
in India, those dollars go much, much further.
That's right.
So it's no surprise then that a lot of elderly Indian Americans are investing overseas and buying up properties.
Yes.
In fact, there are new properties that are being built just for retirement communities,
Yeah.
they call them. One of them is called Rosedale. It's right outside of Kolkata. But here is the interesting thing. Just, the article talks about how, the Indian viewpoint is that because children here are too busy to take care of the elderly parents, they might as well go back and retire in their own country. But these communities are not exactly what you call shabby shacks. They're quite chic. In fact, they're trying to maintain a global standard, as they call it, of quality, including things like Kohler fixtures in the bathrooms, marble bathrooms, Mitsubishi air conditioners, and a certain class of comfort, because they're looking to get the NRI population to come and invest in these properties specifically.